And hello and welcome to Uptown Tonight. It is November 10th of 2021, and it's a rainy night tonight. Oh, man, it's okay. But what we need you to do here, guys, we need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, do all that fun stuff. Again, last week, or a couple of weeks ago, we had Peter Niblok on, and we're trying to do the giveaway of this JoJo Mayer thing. I know for most people, it's probably not too interesting, but all you drummers out there, this is a must-have, must have. And you're gonna have to go back and watch that that podcast with Peter Niblok to see what the question is that you need to answer. You can still answer that on our live chat or on the comments below, whatever you want to do. As soon as someone gets it right, we'll find a way to get it to you. So make sure you can sit there and go back, check out that Peter Niblok thing. That guy is a treasure. I don't know how he's like basically under most people's radars, but he's a really, really cool guy. He has lots and lots and lots of stories. We're definitely having him back on in a couple of months, but that's what's going to happen there. So welcome again to Uptown Tonight. We are the FM area's weekly entertainment podcast, and again, we are on the YouTubes all the time. So last weekend, we didn't have anything going on.
Nope.
So basically, then I go find my way and get into some trouble out here. So last weekend, MSUM had a day of percussion, and oh, excuse me, I think it's the first time I ever had to do that on live.
It happens.
And there was a guy there they called Dr. Throwdown, Mr. Dr. John Wooten, and I can't remember which college he's actually from, but back in the day, he was like one of the main guys for our drum corps geeks that really got into it. Him and his predecessor, Marty Hurley. And I had to have him sign my old-ass practice pad here. So I know you can barely see it on there, but we got old Dr. John Wooten and his little retimacue that he had to write below that. Had to make him sign my pad. Because basically, if you look really close right here, which no one can see, one of his, I won't say a star pupil, but they definitely made a big deal about it, was named of John Grant, that I literally ran into in 1995 down at the University of North Texas when I was actually using this pad, because this pad's from 92. Yeah, it's almost 30 years old. And he had so much of a, I don't know, he taught me so much, and he was such a strange guy. He was one of those guys that he literally went to his place, and all he had in his entire apartment, besides him and his roommate Brian, who always wanted to kick everyone in the teeth. I'm not sure what that was all about, but that's all I remember about Brian.
That's what he used to say, I'm going to kick you in the teeth.
That's exactly how he said it, too. So, he was just that kind of guy. And he played on the B drum line with me at the University of North Texas. This guy is definitely an A player, but I think he showed up. I wasn't even sure if he was actually like signed up or not. He just kind of walked on. But that gets me back to my story about him and his apartment. All he had in that apartment was 2 sleeping bags, practice pad, a metronome, and this was back in the old Discman days. So he had a Discman with those 2 little speakers you can connect to it. Yeah. And that was it. Wow. Nothing else in the entire apartment. So they just basically kind of used the living room and the fridge. That was basically it. But all we did was just drum over there, and he was great. He had that surfer vibe to him, and he was from Portland, I believe, and all he wanted to do was get on the Blue Devils. But, that's a whole different story. So I had him sign this pad, and then his instructor that basically pulled him out of Brazil, because he literally went from, I don't know where he went from, but he went to Brazil and started a drum line down there called Teca Deca Dega. And that was like the premier drum line in Brazil for a while. So he learned how to speak Portuguese and all this stuff. And met his wife down there, I learned, and all this other. And then nice. Old John Wooten brought him back to the United States. And I guess he's teaching in Texas, according to Dr. Throw down here. So that was the first part of my weekend. And then I get a call from the guy that we did our photos with all the Mustangs and stuff in there. Well, guess what? He has to move out of this property, and he has a Mustang. It's not running.
I wanted to guess the year before you say, though.
Okay, you can guess the year.
I can't really tell what it is, but is it like 65, 66?
66. Very
yes!
Good. Very good. And it's not running, but it's a complete car, and Mikey, if you ever watch this, you are the man. You are the king. I am blown away by what you've done for me. I'm not going to tell you the price, but in my book, he basically just gave it to me. And it's sitting in my driveway right now on a trailer because there's no brakes or anything.
Yeah, it looks like a nice car, man.
But yeah, but it's
Definitely.
completely there. It's going to be a fun project. I'm going to make sure that I keep updates on there. I've got some videos of it. Actually, got some videos of it right here. So we go into the weekend fun. Yep, we'll get to the sources here.
I don't got my glasses on, so
Oh,
it's
it's fine. Weekend slides.
There we are.
Boing. Then we got JoJo Mayer. Make sure you get your guesses in.
Get that guess in.
Yeah, we had a couple, but not the right one yet. And there's Dr. Throwdown with my practice pad. That's another part of that thing is that he wanted a practice pad to play stuff on, and this one that I just showed you is completely dead. I mean, it's terrible. Literally, he's just like, oh, I don't care because, he's a professional. He played on it for like 3 minutes and then just threw it on the
there's
side.
just nothing left but a biscuit.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He actually threw it to the side. He's like, nah, this ain't working.
Oh, man.
And there's me checking out the car. I actually got into it. And that's where the love affair started. And then we got one more. And that's me pulling away with it last night.
Yeah, I saw it in the dark out there, and I was like, is that a 66 or a 65?
It's a 66. Now, granted, I had a 64.5 when I was in high school. And that was literally in 1992 in November when I pulled that into the driveway here. So almost 30 years. And returned to the cycle. So
you're
going
to be working on this for the rest of your life?
Probably, which is fine. It'll be fun.
It'll be awesome.
It'll be fun. I do have a couple little videos of that stuff, but yeah, I ain't gonna bore you with all that fun detail. Because we got Shane today.
Hi.
How we doing?
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. I've been ignoring you the entire time because I wanted to talk about me, but we got
this pad, damn, is well used. Holy.
Yes, yeah. I bought that in '92 for a girlfriend of mine actually because she wanted to learn how to play drums, and I just kind of took it back. And yeah, she's got stories to tell. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
And even a few more now.
Since 1992.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Dang.
I think seen everything.
No kidding. Wow. It's falling apart.
Oh yeah. That was funny too. I know, just another quick story, but after Dr. Throwdown got done playing with it on his drum, you could see him afterwards like knocking the crumbs off because this thing's just particle board.
Yeah.
He's just like pushing it off. I'm just kind of laughing in the
Sure.
back. So Shane, how have you been? It's
Awesome.
been a long time since I
no
actually
kidding.
talked face to face with you.
I think the last time I remember seeing you was when Chad and I were trying to get a band together after Below broke up
Yep,
back
and
in
I was
1999.
Sucking. I won't say it, but yeah, it wasn't a good show on my part. I'll tell you that.
Well, we tried 2-3 different drummers and we couldn't get our shit together, so we did a little recording, and that's about as far as that project got.
Yeah, I know, but I remember the songs being really cool and fun.
Real bluesy, and
Yep.
that's what Chad liked to.
And I remember trying to learn them on a desk. That's what I was doing. I was playing on a desk in an apartment.
Oh yeah.
The very, very rare time that actually in my life that I lived in an apartment. So that was that deal.
And then we had that practice spot in that garage behind that gas station on University and First Avenue North.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
It did the job, but it was just it was a pit.
Hey. Well, that's how it
It was
worked.
warm in the wintertime.
That's how it works.
That's all we needed.
We kind of had a semi-discussion about practice spaces and renting them and that, and I'm just like, oh, man, I just remember nightmares of renting practice spaces.
Yeah.
I know Dave was with you, Dave Johnson.
Yep.
Was on a couple weeks ago. Hi, Dave, you're watching.
Cool.
Yeah, I got to get out to your house, Dave. I'll get out there, trust me. But you guys had that warehouse space that was just like,
Oh yeah.
that was just, I'd say, stroke of luck. You're just in the right
man.
place, right time
Yep.
for that type. But every other place I've had was always like flooding or, just party central. It was just a mess.
Yeah, Paul Vinston's dad owned that building. And after he sold it, we had to get out of there. But for that big room we had upstairs,
Yep. That was
$100 a month.
$100. It was kind of right
That's
across
it.
from the Nestor a little bit.
Kind of down the
Yep.
street.
Yep. So,
Yeah, that was my favorite practice space of all. That place is just nice wood floor. It sounds so good in there. When we get on stage at I don't know, wherever we play, or First Avenue or something, it didn't sound as good as it did at practice spot.
It never does. So cool. Where are you from in the first place? I know you're not from town.
Yeah, I'm from Portland, North Dakota.
Portland, North Dakota.
Yeah, went to Mayville Portland High School, and
There we go.
yeah, and so lived there until I graduated, and I tried to go to college in Wapton for a while, but that was a failure.
Oh, what are you going down there for?
Architectural drafting.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so looking for CAD drawings and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it was like Russell Pfaff was doing that for a while. So I don't know if you know Russ at all.
No, I don't.
Okay,
Actually.
well then never mind.
No, I all I did was party. Partied and flunked
Well,
out.
some people have to do that.
Well, money well spent, right?
It was an experience. That's all you have to say.
Met a lot of cool. We had a lot of
They
friends. so-
party out there because I'm from the Halstead, and we used to party out with Buxton, Mayville people, all up and
Yeah.
all up there. So
They all love to drink.
Portland.
The professionals.
Where are we going tonight? Some farm.
Yeah. That's the most fun parties in the middle of nowhere, out in a
Yeah.
garage.
Oh God, I bet.
Blast the music and
Big fire. You can see it 2 miles away.
There you go.
absolutely good stuff.
There you go. So you went there, and you went down to I'm sorry, Breckenridge, right? Or
Wapaton.
Wapaton. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I didn't last long in Wapaton, but I ended up eventually made it to Fargo in 1995,
Okay.
and I joined Below in 1996.
Why did you come to Fargo? The
I
big
don't know.
city. Just
Job
curious.
opportunities, and
Okay.
I had a lot of friends living here, and
So you weren't chasing girls or nothing.
well, not yet.
Not Truth be told.
Yeah. Get into town, it starts. You start partying. We lived in a townhouse in West Fargo.
Okay.
Me and my brother and a couple of friends of ours, and it was a damn party hole the entire time.
Well,
It was fun.
that's what happens when you put a bunch of single males together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It just turns into party central.
Yeah, good times.
So did your brother have the place before, or you guys just joined up when you got here? Or I'm just trying to figure out what drew you in the first place.
Right. Yeah, we moved here
What was
together.
that anchor?
Well, we had we lived in an apartment in Mayville for a while. We had a bit of a problem with partying, and we had to move. Eventually, had to move. Long story short,
Okay.
and
Won't
so
ask any questions.
Joe and I said, "Screw it, let's go to Fargo." Job opportunities, like I say, and friends, and
Bright
the,
lights, big city.
yeah, Fargo, and the thought of getting a band together and stuff, or joining the band or something.
Okay.
And I was more into it than Joe was, so I immediately put an ad out in like Marguerite's Music and a couple other places for myself, advertising myself as a singer and guitar player.
Okay.
And then Chad Hiley gave me a call,
Gotcha.
and like an idiot, stoned and drunk, like an
Okay.
idiot. One of the first questions I asked him was, "The guys in the band have long hair?" Like, what kind of dumb question is that?
It is a prereq.
But no,
I
I
definitely put it on my resume.
Must have.
You must have long hair.
yeah. But I remember going there with my girlfriend at the time, and just sitting there watching them play that music, and they're tuned down to C, just
Oh,
straight
yeah.
C. So as even in Prediction of the Witch, we're actually tuned down to B, so we're even lower. But then I had never heard of anyone tuning down to C before, and it was just so heavy. And I'm like, holy shit, got to try this.
Hey,
So I started singing with that band. I didn't play guitar at all, and it took a really long time to get my metal vocals good and heavy.
okay, so this is Below, I'm
Yep.
assuming, and
Mhm.
that was back with Chad, Nate Peeler, Dave Johnson, then yourself.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so the rest of the band was already put together, and you just kind of filled in at the end.
Yeah,
or-
there was another guitar player too. His name was Clint. Clint.
Oh,
Remember Clint? He was a tall
I-
guy. He's
I
about
do.
6'4". He's about 130 pounds.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah,
I can't remember his last name for some reason, but
I think
But
I know
he-
what you're talking about.
we ended up having to kick him out. So
Oh,
I don't know if it
that's
was,
never fun.
No, I don't want to tell too much, I guess.
We're
But
sorry, but you're just too damn tall. You don't fit in the band photos.
But
Oh,
he,
yes. And anyone out in the live chats, feel free to chime in if you need to ask Shane some questions here.
You bet.
Be as personal as you want. I allow it.
yeah, why not? We're here.
I'm kidding. He'll answer however he wants to answer. Okay, so those guys were all together, and then you came into the picture. So
Yep. Yeah, actually, I came in. I tried vocals. They didn't really like what I was doing, so then they kicked my ass out of there. Tried, I think, one other person, and then Clint actually went to bat for me and says, "Hey, we got this guy. We need this. This is the guy we need." So they brought me back in, and I I lost my voice every single band practice. We practice like 2-3 days a week. I lost my voice every single band practice for at least 3 or 4 months, and until I could figure out how to do it.
The art of screaming, or whatever they call that.
Yeah.
Didn't get that.
Well, that didn't exist at that point, but
Nope.
or else I would have been watching that trying to figure out how to do it. But it was really kind of like crowbar, kind of guttural,
Yep.
Cookie Monster kind of shit. I guess.
I used to love your shows. Used to go
Yeah.
out and watch those things, and that was my favorite sweatshirt I had of all time back then. Was my Below sweatshirt.
Hell
with
yeah.
that Ace of Spades, the little scully thing in the middle there. I thought that
Yep.
was the coolest thing ever. And then Dan Larson took it, and I was gone. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, so Dan Halen Larson, I know you're never gonna watch this. Thanks for stealing my sweatshirt. You guys should make remakes of those.
Oh yeah, we had a screen. We made a screen print, and that's how we did them.
Yep.
You know, just take the paint, do the little squeegee thing, and we had shirts spread all the way around, our band practice spot at one time. And I don't know where that screen print went. It probably went in the garbage with everything else. I don't know.
No, I did that for a while too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a fun experience.
I have no idea. That was a long time ago. That was a hell of a long time. Like 20 years ago. It's nuts.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Like I was talking about, it was like 30 years since I had my actual Mustang.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, 3 decades. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
On to
we're
the
still
next-
we're still going at it, man. That's what counts.
Exactly.
Yep.
Going out and playing, man.
Hell yeah.
The way it is. So, okay, so Below runs its course, we're going to say, and then what happens after that?
Below, so next thing, well, my brother had moved to Everett, Washington, so he was out of the picture. But when he moved back, we got a thing together. It was like a kind of recording project called Dr. Moon Larry, and
Dr. Moon and Larry?
Dr. Moon Larry eventually turned into Dirty Moon Frank.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
Okay.
you got Dr. Moon Larry, you got songs like Walk with Me Lady Blues, In the Tub, so The Sauce is Always Hot, that kind of thing. So he,
The sauce
Yeah.
is
This
always
is so
hot.
Yeah.
Zap-
is always hot. Yeah,
So-
everyone loves that song.
so Zappa-esque type of
Oh yeah, very Zappa, very Zappa. And so I'll tell you the way it turned into Dirty Moon Frank. We had
Okay.
you have a guy, Greg Wilson and all. He does the Canna Talk up at 95 point something radio station.
I
near
probably
Fargo.
should. But
Anyway, my brother and him were at a bar, and we were currently Dr. Moon Larry, and and Greg comes up to Joe and says, "What's the name of your band again? Something like Dirty Moon Frank." And Joe goes, "Yep, that's our band name."
Dirty
So from
it was adopted in straight from there.
yeah, so from then on, we were Dirty Moon Frank, and then so Dr. Moon Larry to Dirty Moon Frank. So he ended up writing songs like Cornbread, Living on Borrowed Money, stuff like that.
Realistic stuff. Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. Cornbread. It's a woman's nice ass is what the cornbread is in that particular tune. So
I love it.
I'm gonna be at the shows now. I'm gonna look back at Wade, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go cornbread.
yeah,
Yeah,
cornbread.
we got you, Cito.
Cornbread.
Look at that.
Yep.
Cornbread.
On your two. Okay.
So Shane Block was on drums. I'm sure you know Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Pooey was on guitar.
The name's familiar. I probably.
Yeah, Jason Puhala. He was in Punky Boopster
Okay.
with Noel Scotch. Yep.
I actually got a story about that. I saw them back long time ago, back when he was back doing his art college up in Thief River Falls. And I was in a band back in the late 90s, and we used to always talk about this band, Punky Boopster, that would play at the Rusty Nail. And I actually saw them play a long time ago. So when I met Scotch, I was like, man, I remember your band from years ago. So
Yeah. See, I was just talking to Scotch yesterday about them playing at the Rusty Nail.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. He's showing me old pictures and stuff. And
yeah, that's where they
Yeah.
played a lot there. So that's where you see Punky Boopster. So
Yeah.
fun times.
Okay, so when did the Bertrand brothers come into effect here? Am I just skipping a bunch of stuff?
Well, he's skipping a couple things. It's no big deal. But I moved out to New York for about 8 years. And
You're in New York for 8 years?
Yeah, well, upstate. Not the city, but upstate
But
New York.
Still.
8 years, yeah.
Well, not to take this personally, I didn't realize you were gone.
Oh, Yeah, I was in a couple
I really-
bands. I was in a couple bands out
I
there,
probably
but
wasn't paying attention to the scene at the time, and then when I started paying attention, there you were again. So I didn't think you ever left. So okay,
it's all good, man. It's all good.
What were you doing out there?
Well, I got married, and then my wife and I moved out to New York. She got accepted to Binghamton University.
Okay,
That's why we went out there, and then
it's all about the girl.
well, and so of course, I have to find a band to be in. I have to do some sort of music.
Why wouldn't you?
Yep. And so I found. So we went to a show at the Voodoo Lounge. There, right there in Binghamton. There was a band called And Then There Was Darkness playing, and all they had was a drummer, guitar player, and the guitar player sang. And no, a drummer, guitar player, and a singer. And they didn't have a bass player. And the singer said, "Hey, if any of you guys out there play bass, come talk to us after the show." I'm like, "Yep, I'll go do that." So I was in that band for a couple of years.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I mean, Ed Mosier, he's the main songwriter, a guitar player, singer, and he could write songs like a motherfucker, Holy shit! Just the riffs, and the solos, and the screaming, and the guttural vocals and stuff. It's so much fun to be in that band.
So you got to go like up and down the East Coast there a little bit, or is that just kind of just stuck where you were at?
But not until I joined another band called Ruination.
Ruination.
Yeah, we played.
You've been around, Shane.
Yeah, we played. I was in that band for the last year and a half. I was there before I moved back to North Dakota.
Okay.
And we played all the way up from Rochester, New York, all the way down to we played Amityville in Long Island.
Very cool.
Yeah, we played at the venue that we played in was a mile away from the house, from the Amityville
Yeah,
house.
I was gonna say, is that next to the house? Well, right
Yeah.
down the street.
Only a mile away. We went and saw it and stuff.
But here's where I got to go. How lame is the excuse to tell the band that you're quitting, that you're moving back to North Dakota?
Oh,
How would you even present that? You just walk in like,
Yeah.
guys, it's been fun,
Mhm.
but I'm going back to the frozen tundra.
they understood. All my family's here and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So they understood. I gave them lots. I told them like probably 4 months in advance that I'll be going. So it was all planned for 5 or 6 months actually. And I hate. They hate to see me leave, because we fit so well as far as the band goes, and it just meshed so good. And then, I'm going back to North Dakota. And then when I got back here, I was back here for maybe just a couple of months, and then that's when Joe and I got the Brothers Bertrand thing going.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's probably when I kind of like started looking back in the scene. It's like, oh, yeah.
that's the first thing that I was involved with after I got back from New York. So,
Okay.
Yep. And so Joe and I just started booking the shit out of gigs and playing as many gigs as we possibly could.
So how was that? Just an acoustic type thing, or?
Yep, just 2 acoustics, 2 vocals.
I'm just completely ignorant how anything that you've been doing lately
Oh.
has been going. So.
Yeah, so we wrote a few tunes. We played mostly just a lot of covers, and we play all over the place. We played a couple of places in Grand Forks, and played Front Street Tap Room quite a bit, and
Okay.
and we played Spirit Lounge, all the small places around Fargo, and a couple Half Brothers Brewery in Grand Forks, and some small town gigs. It's amazing how much money you can make by playing acoustic songs in an acoustic. What am I trying? You could make more money playing other people's songs than you can make writing songs and playing your own tunes.
Yep.
That's messed up.
It is messed up, but it's the idea of like what has more potentials. And when you're playing covers, it's kind of get capped at some point. Where if you're doing original music, you have that slight chance of freaking making it big. So
Right.
but
you gotta throw those originals in there with the rest of them and just see what happens.
start building off all that. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So
Definitely had these conversations many, many, many nights because we always had that thing. Because I was always on the original side. Like I know Dave Johnson doesn't want to come over to the cover side at all. So I
No.
tried talking him into that a couple of times, and he's like, "That's just not me. I just don't do that." And I was like, "Hey, I have to respect that."
totally, yeah. He's I miss playing being in a band with Dave.
Oh,
He's such an awesome freaking drummer. Dave.
he's just an awesome guy. That's the whole thing. That drumming thing behind it. It's great. He was showing me you got new bass drums. We won't get into Dave Johnson talk, but Dave, I miss you, man. I'm gonna be out of your place in a few days here, I'm sure, or I'll find you at some point.
Yeah.
All right, so you got brothers Bertrand, and then does that morph into anything, or is that still kind of a thing that's going on?
Joe and I did a gig a couple of months ago. We actually a COVID hit, and that's what stopped Brothers Bertrand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, COVID.
COVID killed that too.
Yep. No gigs to be had, and
Brr.
that's it. So so we just hung it up for until Joe and I did we played Front Street Tap Room a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Just for the fun of it, just for shits and giggles, and just to get up there and have some fun. And Scotch and Tawny were there, and my girlfriend Annika was there, and a few other people, and I do this song by myself. It's called Susie Shallow Throat by David Allan Coe. And everybody wanted to hear it, so Joe's like, "Yeah, screw it, play it." And he just kind of sat there while I sang Susie Shallow Throat. Check it out; it's a good tune.
David Allan Coe. That's kind of started stepping into some waters you probably don't want to be in, especially these days.
Is that the one that goes "Show me them titties" or whatever? That's David Allan Coe.
That might be.
I look a little confused with those ones, but
what's his name again? Wheeler Walker Jr.
Okay.
Yeah.
The real outlaw country.
There's another really dirty ass tune I play called Family Tree by. You can just imagine, right?
Yeah, I already got it.
by Wheeler Walker Jr. It's pretty terrible. But whenever I play it for anybody, I warn them. This is a bad fucking tune, guys. Beware. We played a gig up in Hamer. You ever been to Hamer, North Dakota? It consists of a bar, like 3 houses, and a dilapidated granary.
What else do you need?
Elevator. So we're doing an outside gig, and it started raining. We're on this under this tent, and everybody went into the bar, but we're under this tent with the diehards,
Yep.
And they want to hear something dirty. I'm like, okay, I'll play Family Tree for you guys. So I played it, and I got done with it. And the chick sitting in front of me goes, "Yeah, that was really bad." Yes, I told you.
That was really bad.
You can't play it for everybody, that's for sure. Family Tree by Wheeler Walker Jr. Check it out.
Yeah, check that out on your own time. No affiliation with this podcast. That's cool. But so you were doing that, and then you're also doing Prediction of a Witch. And
Yeah.
were there other projects that you're involved in?
There is Christopher Walken Overdrive.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think
I remember
of.
that name.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the band I was in right before I moved to New York.
Okay.
Yeah. Donovan Stewart on the guitar, Ryan Harstead on bass. Rest in peace, Ryan. He died not too long ago.
Oh.
And I'm totally drawing a blank here, but
Not to put you on the spot.
You guys
Yeah,
had
no
those
kidding.
T-shirts. I remember that was
The
like
Christopher Walken, I thought it was such a, it was a cool name, but it was quirky, yet it was clever. Let's just say that.
yeah, our singer Fred Frenzel actually came up with that name.
Oh, God.
He's always wanted to use that name for a band.
Oh,
so
he's been had that in his back pocket for a while. Huh?
Yes.
I got you.
So we finally got to use it. So we had that band going for about 2-3 years, and it's all pretty much all original music except for we played a Primus tune, and 2 Primus songs actually.
Which ones?
The Tweaker tune
Okay.
and Too Many Puppies.
too many puppies.
Yeah.
Too many puppies.
It's awesome. So much
The
fun.
dark humor. Oh my God.
Some people out there like, what are they singing? What is this? Too many puppies.
Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, that's the band I was in before I moved to New York, and yeah, just as many freaking music projects I can possibly get involved with is just great. I don't have a lot of time these days, so it's just like Prediction of the Witch and my solo stuff, and that's it.
Okay.
Yep.
So Prediction of Which is still going strong?
Well, yeah, we haven't. Our last gig we played was at September. We played with a band called Shotgun Facelift from Grand Forks.
We know Shotgun Facelift. Yep.
Yeah,
Old
cool
John
guys.
was down here. Yes, they are.
A
Yep.
good friend Scotty G's on here says, I wanted to
Scotty?
always ask, was that band name based on Bachman Turner Overdrive?
What?
I kind of always thought so. I never did ask Fred. Maybe Fred will watch this and comment. Go,
Fred?
yep, that's where it came from. But I have no idea.
Christopher Walken Overdrive. What a great. I thought
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was great. And I remember you guys had T-shirts like they were white, right? And then they had like little Christopher Walken kind of on there. I thought maybe or
Well,
Am I
no, we just
imagining
the T-shirts we had was just said CWO in the front and it said and the actual band name, the full band name on the back.
maybe it was like an advertisement you guys used.
Yeah, there wasn't much to it. I found a shirt at Hot Topic or maybe a Spencer that had Christopher Walken on it. And I don't remember what the saying was on it, but it had Christopher Walken. I'm like, holy shit, that's the shirt I need for stage, you know? So I wore that on stage all the time.
Okay.
Yep. Fear the Walkener, I think is what it said.
Do we have any pictures of that stuff? No.
I don't know. Should we get into the photos?
We can get there whenever you want.
Oh, we still got to learn about prediction of a witch, though. It's just
Yeah,
like,
man.
Where'd you get involved in that? Where do you guys think you're going to play again? All that other fun stuff.
Well, I was in town. I was in town for about a year and a half, I suppose, maybe a year. And Pooey mentions Crummy. You remember Nine Eyes back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You got Jason Crummy, Brandon Uppy, and Britta on bass. And so Nine Eyes wasn't doing much. And Pooey said, you know what? You and Crummy and I should get together and try writing some tunes because we're both really into heavy metal. And so we got together and just started knocking around some riffs. I'm like, oh, I think this is going to work, man. So originally, we eventually got Uppy in there to play drums with us. And we just started kind of banging out the tunes. We eventually got Britta on vocals. And we were originally called Habitual when we first kind of started.
Okay.
And Habitual seemed a little too...
It seems kind of down...
a little too typical as far as I was concerned, I guess.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind is was the singer Pantera when he started doing his solo
Phil.
Phil Ensemble?
Yeah, Philip Ensemble. That's the first thing that went to my mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Side note.
But yeah, well, so we're gonna we wanted to change our names, so we just started kind of knocking around some names, and I came up with Prediction of the Witch. I actually have an ongoing band name list.
Oh, so you just write random stuff down. You wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, conversations with people and stuff. I'm like, that'd be a good band name. So I always keep a list in my wallet. So I write down band names. Just gotta.
So if you need band names, just take his wallet.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still keep Puppy Cannon in my back pocket.
Puppy Cannon. Mine was always Fat Grandma, but no one ever wanted to go with it.
Fat Grandma.
Puppy Cannon. I see it says it's based on the Kathleen Turner Overdrive, which was Jack Black's working title band name in the movie High Fidelity.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Kathleen Turner Overdrive. So Christopher Walken Overdrive. Now we know.
The High Fidelity. That's
There
a
you
good
go.
movie,
Question answered.
Beautiful.
Yep. So, yeah. So
back to Prediction of a Witch.
Yeah, we decided to change our name to Prediction of the Witch, and we just continued writing tunes. We got like 14, 15 tunes.
Nice.
It's just there's a lot going on in those songs. They're so much fucking fun to play, man.
And that's the best part about it. You write it yourself, and you just have just the time of your life, just present or just playing them. Yeah.
You can mold the songs in any way you want,
Exactly.
and so I'm kind of the band bitch when it comes to being in a band. I'm like the guy that makes sure it's all tight.
Put your foot
really
down.
and really pay attention to detail. Stop the whole thing and say, Uppy, that bass drum thing you're doing, it'd be cooler if you did this. So we just kind of try different things. I came into band practice one day with a piece of paper with notes for every single song that we wrote. With I wanted to kind of change it a little bit to set up the vocals and just really this and that. And it's just I love the looks on my band members' faces when I bring in this big list and all this shit to work on.
That's how it has to be. I know in our band, it's like there's three of us, or actually all of us sit there and bitch at each other about little details and stuff, but that's the best part about it, because basically what's the difference between good and great is the details.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. And then we had later on, a few weeks later, we had another band practice, and Uppy had a few too many beers, and we're jamming. And
What?
he says, "Yeah, surprising,
at a
huh?"
rehearsal?
and so he says, Shane, take that list and put it over there. Okay, man. We don't have to work on that any of that shit today. Whatever. But yeah, we had most of those ideas down already, so and incorporated, and I think it made a lot of the tunes better. So
Very cool.
I love that stuff. I love the detailing. I love being the band bitch.
Hey,
Mm-hmm. That's my
good.
job.
That's presenting your product.
Someone's got to do it.
I hate saying it as product because it is art, but in essential, it is a product as soon as you start putting it out in front of people. But
Yep, totally.
That's just how it is. How the world works, guys. I didn't do it. I didn't make it up. But let's get to some photos here while we're talking with old Shane. I just grabbed 12 that I thought were interesting off his thing, because that was the first
look at
one.
that.
And I was just like, that has to be a church.
Yeah,
I
so
kind of cheated and saw what you wrote below it. So
yeah, so when I was still married, my wife would she was in kind of her focus was German history,
okay.
and so she needed to do some research for school, so that brought her to Germany.
Oh man, that must have sucked.
So I went and visited her, and here we are in Cologne, and I'm in front of the Dome Cathedral.
Oh man, did
Damn
you get
it.
to go inside there and all that?
Yep, the thing is massive. We went in those towers on the side there. They're bell towers, and we got to go up there. There's a winding stone staircase that goes all the way up.
Oh my god!
And that bell is up there. It's just freaking huge. So you go walk all the way around it. You got to see all of it. It's really neat.
They don't build them like that no more.
No.
Probably for a reason.
Yep.
And your puppy. That's why I wasn't worried about leaving my puppy out today.
Yeah, that's my mom and dad's dog.
Oh, okay.
Was my mom and dad's dog. Izzy. He died like a year or so ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Really awesome, cool dog. He ended up just all of a sudden I can't remember what he got, but it took him really fast. But Izzy was a really cool dog. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we are. This is that 95.6 radio station. I think
Ken's, yep.
Yep, and up North Fargo there, and
I still got to get those guys on here.
they invited us to come in there and actually play our music live.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's why you see Mama got my bass there, and Crummy's got his guitar, and we're all packed in there. Really, have you been in that room?
No, I have not. It's just to keep hearing about it, and then I don't know how I keep getting around it. But
It's roughly the size of this room. If you take everything out of here and put a desk right in the middle, and put Uppy's drums right over there, and I think I was on that corner, and Crummy was over here, but it was just really packed and it was really freaking loud. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Who's
exactly.
the singer or the one in the front?
That's Britta.
Okay.
Yep. She played bass for
I recognize her.
Nine Eyes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
So this is the first of a couple bands I was in New York called And Then There Was Darkness, and we played a
this
thing.
is a New York band. Okay.
Yep. This is in Watertown, upstate New York, and we got involved in this thing called Slave to the Metal.
Slave to the Metal.
The old bass player for Kitty was there. She was the host for this particular thing.
Interesting. Okay.
And you had to sell so many tickets to get involved, and I asked for help, and thank you everybody for the help to play this show. Cost a few bucks, but we got up there and rocked our fucking asses off. It was fun. There wasn't a lot of people there, but we rocked the shit out of it as much as we could.
You still got that metal face from that guitar player guy. That's
Oh yeah,
I just noticed I still dress like that. I still wear the shorts and the black
cargo
shirts.
pants.
Yeah, the cargo pants.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. That's Ed Mosier on the guitar, or on the back there on the drums is Jason, and I call him J Sauce.
Sweet.
And those guys are so much fucking fun to jam with. They haul ass. I mean, they're just so tight, and they're really passionate about what they do. So
Nice.
yeah, and they're still playing. They still write music and stuff. I don't know if they play a lot of gigs. There's not a lot of bass players in upstate New York. So when I joined their band, they're pretty freaking thankful. And
There's no bass players anywhere.
I know
Shane.
it's weird, isn't it? I think the thing is just no one wants to play bass. Everyone wants to play the guitar. So.
And then when you find a good bass player, you freaking throw all hooks into that.
You're not going anywhere, buddy.
Exactly. So, Cito, you're stuck.
I thought you were still looking for the good bass
Oh,
player.
no. You're
Oh, yeah.
yeah, what is going on here?
This is when
Having a duel.
yeah,
Yes.
this is when Joe and I had that Dr. Moon Larry project going.
Okay.
With you got the tunes like Sauce is Always Hot and stuff.
I want a copy of that.
Yeah, yeah,
The
I can-
sauce is always hot.
I can get you that. But yeah, my girlfriend at the time, she was going to MSU to record music,
Okay.
and that's who recorded those tunes.
I gotcha.
And and she also was a photographer. She had a really nice camera. So we just went around town and just took a bunch of pictures. And we wanted to put a CD cover together and stuff.
Yep.
So this is one of the goofball ones that we did.
Just this battle going on out in the river.
I don't know why we picked up the sticks and did that. I have no idea, but
Classic.
it was a fun day.
It's brothers. That's what you do.
There's another picture of us standing in a couple of garbage cans that was very amusing. We were
Now,
just
this
walking.
one was just Max from Sepultura. That's all I could think of
Yeah.
when I saw this, and I was like, "This is going on."
Yeah. This is, and then there's Darkness again. This is a place called the Downtown Quarterback in Endicott, New York, upstate again. And that's my old bass I used to use in Dirty Moon Frank before I got my new Schecter black bass.
Ooh.
And so this music that we played, I couldn't help but just headbang my ass off the entire frickin' time. And
That had to hurt.
yeah, so my wife at the time was taking photos, and she just click, 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 just took a whole shitload. And we came across this one. I was like, holy shit, look at that one.
Yeah,
Yep. That's
The hair.
That's the way
tells
you
a
do it.
complete story.
So yeah, that was cool.
And I remember this photo. I don't know why. Did you ever actually hang this around someplace, or
This
was
was
it just because Dave might have had? I don't know.
this is kind of like kind of a thing to advertise ourselves.
Yeah, the 8x10 glossies.
Yep, exactly, and had all the information on it and shit. And this was taken in the underpass if you're heading north on 10th Street.
Yep.
And
Gotcha.
this is underneath Main. So this is just down the street from where we practiced, of course, and we just walked down there and took the photo. The same girlfriend I had at the time during Dr. Moon Larry, she took this picture.
Nice.
Nate Peeler looks just like a little child.
Yeah, he was
in the back.
He joined the band when he was 15 years old.
Yeah.
So he was I think he was probably 17 years old right here.
Sweet.
Just wailing on that freaking guitar. Well, he took lessons from Steve Stein.
Yes, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah. And this is our old practice spot where this is in the East showroom in Mayville Motors in Mayville, North Dakota, and that's Mike Holtz. You know Mike?
Yep.
Holtzy? Yeah, he when I tried going to college in Wapaton.
Okay.
I met a bunch of friends. I ran into Holtz. I got introduced to Holtzy. Found out that he sang and played. I drive out to Mayville every Sunday. So we had band practice all afternoon on Sunday, and then we had Mike come and join us, and then we did songs like we did some Pearl Jam, we did Three Little Pigs.
Of course.
We did. There's a video you find on YouTube of this particular day. We did "Talk Dirty to Me" by Poison.
Oh, really?
Joe
man.
Joe set up Joe set up a chair while we were playing. You can see him in the background, and he tries to jump over that chair and just about wipes out. It's just so fucking fun to watch. So yeah, this is 1993. Is a band called we were called King Friday.
King Friday. I
Yeah.
love it. I just love the double kick drum set in the back. That's why I took this one. You have multiple photos of this.
Yeah, that's
whole
my
session.
that's my cousin Scott.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Love the kit, Scott.
Yeah. He's currently living in Nashville. Oh yeah.
And then I saw that. I'm like, oh yeah, he's wearing the
So-
Prediction of the Witch shirt. And
So my guitar player Crummy and I Crummy's got a boat, and he loves to go fishing. So here we are in the Red River fishing for catfish.
that's on the red, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I was thinking like you're down the bayou or something.
no, this is right off of the boat launch is at Johnson Park in Moorhead.
Yep.
And so we got down the river. Britta was with this day. She took that picture, and we used beef liver for bait, and just goop it up, just get it on there, and also you can also find videos on YouTube of we call it the thing hanging there like that. It's just gross looking.
Yep.
Crummy ended up calling it a river alien. So we make these river alien videos.
Okay.
River alien.
So if you go on YouTube and look at river aliens, you could probably come across those.
Sweet. I'm gonna do it.
Oh shit. This
That was just awesome.
this was last year on our trip to Louisiana. My dad is from Louisiana, so we go down there and visit family and stuff.
See, I wouldn't have been wrong if you were on the bayou type place. That
Right.
yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah, my grandpa used to string a line across the bayou to catch catfish.
Oh my.
He just string a line, put maybe 7 or 8 hooks on there, put bait on there. I'll leave it overnight. Come
We
back.
got to
the
bring
next
you
day.
back on and get just all these
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
This is background.
So this is a thrift shop in Opelousas, Louisiana, and reason we were there is because they had a bunch of records and a bunch of musical equipment there. My sister and her husband had went there before, so the next day we went and checked it out. And so I saw this little piano. I was like, okay, I gotta take a picture of this thing.
It's good. It's funny. Just
So
the
my-
face you're making, just like ah.
Yeah, my sister's husband Jim took that picture, and I used it for my profile pic on Facebook for a while. I love that picture.
It's pretty.
I can't play piano for nothing, but
It's pretty funny.
Hey, you make it look easy.
right.
Oh,
The
there's
pure
your black,
metal
your
face.
black Spectre.
It's Schecter bass, yeah.
Schecter.
Hell yeah, that bass is so much damn fun to play. This is just this last summer, during a Prediction of the Witch gig. It's called Fargo Mini Market. They have this
Was that downtown, sorta?
right up on 7th Avenue North at the Fargo Brewery.
Okay.
And
okay.
this is outside on the loading dock. We played on the loading dock, and then in front of us was a bunch of people that tent set up. People were selling their arts and crafts and stuff.
Oh, okay. I keep hearing about it. I just never went out there, son. Now I know
Yeah.
where it's at. Okay.
Yeah, so we were like, we stuck out like a sore thumb. We just the heavy metal band going up there and playing, and right after us was a girl that went up there playing acoustic. She had such an awesome voice. The music was really, really nice to listen to. But in comparison, it was just night and day. It was pretty awesome. I
brought
really
back
like
the
that.
daylight.
This is from our last gig that we played in September, opening up for Shotgun Facelift.
Oh,
And
there we go.
I don't remember the photographer that was there. He'd come around and he'd take his camera. He would just go click, 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 and he'd go over here, click, 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 just to see what he'd get.
Catch you in the moment. Yep.
Yeah, and he took
like
some
that.
freaking awesome pictures that night.
That's how you do it. You just got to take pictures because you're moving so much, and
Yep.
so
Yep, totally. And yeah, that gig. I remember you ever do a sound check and goes, it sounds okay. It could be a little bit better. But then when the place starts filling up and you got people in there and you get back on stage and you start rocking, and then all of a sudden it sounds full of shit. It sounded nice and full on that stage that night.
Yeah, it's amazing when the bodies get in front of you how much I'll say like it sucks up the sound. So whatever that reverberation or whatever it's going on just goes away, and it's just it's so clean and everything else.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just what I've noticed too.
just it had a really nice punch. This is at the aquarium actually.
There we go.
Yep. And back to the
And
beginning.
we are back. So
any videos? No, we're good.
nope, no videos. But no, we got to get in some little juvenile destruction here. But first, I'm going to tease this onto the other side. You have been played nationally on the radio, and I was one of the lucky people to actually hear it live when they were doing it. And I was like, what the? I know that guy.
Yeah.
What is going on here? So I'm going to have you explain that story right after this. But first, we got about 60 seconds worth of juvenile destruction. Go.
Just for the fun of it. Wouldn't like that moment anymore. Or what?
That is perfect day too. You're hired. The whole story behind the off the roof thing is that I lived in this house my entire life. I bought it from my dad like 15 years ago or something like that. But I've been in and out of it, a couple of times as well. But back in the day when we actually had like the raging parties here, it always ended up that someone was on the roof and we were always throwing something stupid off onto the driveway just to watch it explode.
All right.
So just kind of keeping that tradition alive.
There you go.
So, if you got anything you want to donate, you want to see destroyed on the show, bring it on, or just get in contact with me. We'll find a way to pick it up from you or throw it in my yard. I don't really care, and everything else. Right now, there's a Mustang parked right in the driveway, so it's kind of hard to miss at this point.
Yeah.
Right on a big old trailer. But so that's our off the roof thing. But let's get to Shane and his I don't know if it's your national debut, but it was definitely very syndicated at the time. So what happened here, Shane?
Are you talking about the Lex and Terry thing?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's really neat.
And the squirt gun.
Yeah, the squirts.
And I do distinctly remember calling you a savant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, oh my God, I know that guy.
So I was working at a place called Fabricators Unlimited up on NP Avenue.
Okay.
And we listened to that particular radio station that had Lex and Terry on every single morning.
And I used to listen to that religiously. Yep.
Okay. And they'd say, hey, if you gotta, they do CD reviews every week.
And they were brutal. It was fun.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they still do that. They probably do.
I have no idea. I haven't listened to them for quite a while now. But yeah, I said, screw it. I'm gonna send my CD in and just see what happens. And then when
Oh, sorry. Wait. Quick 56 was talking about that. They were sending in their CDs to him, and they were just like, at first they were being nice to him, and then they just destroy him. Okay, so sorry.
Yeah. So I sent my CD in. I was at work just doing my thing. And then, next CD we're going to review is Shane Bertrand Squirt Gun. I'm like, no fucking way. So I call out my girlfriend and I say, hey, they're going to play my Squirt CD on the radio. Can you record this for me? So she recorded it on cassette for me. And you can hear that recording on my my Shane Bertrand Squirt Gun page.
Oh, beautiful.
On my Bandcamp site.
And I'll make sure that's linked below for everybody.
Yep,
I'll make sure
that's on there. So yeah, so they came back on and they started, the first thing they were saying is like, the CD looks crappy, the cover looks crappy, and all it was is a damn CDR with black writing on it. Just saying,
they're brutal about that. Yeah.
Terrible, and it's just the cover looked like shit. And it's just in my hands on there, and
gun on there. I remember that.
So yeah, they started out just listening to a track called Flashlight. And not knowing that it was a funkadelic tune at the time called Flashlight, but that's what I call it, Flashlight, because my cousin Flashy, he also does hand squirts, so I had him do some hand squirts, so I call it Flashlight.
Okay.
Flashy, that's another long story. Why he got that name, but anyway,
we definitely won't get into that.
No,
I'm still waiting to see how this ends here.
But yeah, they were like, oh wow, he's doing that with his hands, I was like, wow, that's really cool, and they started kind of getting into it, and they kind of compared it to those guys that would take like the buckets and all the different sorts of shit with the drums, and they'd just kind of wing it out on the street or whatever. They were kind of comparing it to that. But yeah, they were totally just like shitting on it at the beginning, and the more they listened, the more they liked it. I don't remember if it was Lex or Terry, and at the end it says, "Sir, you are a genius and a savant."
Yep.
Nice.
Like, wow.
That's really good.
Then went from total shit at the beginning to calling me a genius at the end.
Exactly.
Wow. Shane Bertrand Squirt Gun, and they said you can go to MySpace and find Shane Bertrand Squirt Gun.
Good for you, because they are hard on everyone that sends it in there. So.
Yeah. I think that's probably the first and only time they've ever had a hand squirt artist come on there.
You impressed them. That was pretty cool. I mean, do that again.
Yeah.
I want to see that again.
They weren't lying.
Wow.
And I would ask where you learned that, but I'm going to guess like math class in 5th grade.
Well, not really, actually. An aunt of mine, my dad's sister, introduced me to Weird Al Yankovic when I was like 7 or 8 years old.
Okay.
And I heard the song "Another One Rides a Bus," and you can hear the hand squirts kind of in the background a little bit. And I knew what they were doing, by not even. And so my brother and I got a bowl of water and we dipped our hands into the water and got them wet and tried to do the, maybe if we get them wet, it'll be easier,
Yep.
So we tried, and I worked on it for, many years. My forearms would just be burning, and I tried to get I'm going to fucking do it, And so
I don't even know what's going on.
in high school, they'd ask me to, hey, Shane, do the hand squirt. So I'd do it, and I'd show them in high school and shit. And eventually I got some recording software. I'm like, you know what? I want to record some hand squirt tunes. It's time. So 2006, 2007.
Well, it's definitely time well spent.
Yeah, I
You got
agree.
a great story out of that.
Yeah, I had lots of time on my hands.
That was a terrible pun.
I know.
Nate would be so disappointed.
I know.
Or else he's probably clapping right now, actually.
Everyone at home is trying to make that noise with their hand right now. So
Yeah, how do you do that? Well, you use your palms as suction cups.
Okay.
And you just get your skin together, so there's no gap, and just pull them apart.
Pull them apart?
Or you can do it you can get a pocket, and you can push it into.
you are watching the Uptown Tonight podcast.
And then
Notice how I cannot do anything.
and eventually
I can't either.
eventually you can go in and out. And then rhythms.
The master.
Here we are.
Master classes every weekend.
And high notes. So
That's
man.
beautiful. So if you ever need to learn how to do that, Shane is your man right there. I'm
if
sure.
anyone ever needs less hand squirt lessons, I can do that for
$60 an hour. I'm just throwing it out there for him.
you. Thanks, Wade.
This is
Appreciate
definitely a
that.
specialty type of skill that you'd be learning here. Only the top 1%.
Yeah.
But we need to get to the weekly report. So, Cito, what's going on out there this weekend?
Tonight's show is brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Coke. No real affiliation.
No. I said Coca-Cola.
Oh,
Uptown, we got the report here at the Windbreak. We got Fool's House, 90s Dance Party. That's that band from Chicago. And then Thursday and Saturday, or are they going to be there? Thursday and Saturday, they'll be there. And then Shane Martin will be out there on Friday night. The Poorhouse in Grand Forks, we have Fool's House out there on Friday night. And then Rhyme or Reason will be out Saturday. The Fargo Theater has Three Dog Night, like actually the real Three Dog Night.
I believe so.
No kidding. Wow.
Okay, get your bullfrog on. TAC is gonna have Kai Wachi at Musselville.
The interesting names, they still keep coming out.
And then Southern Express Band on Saturday. Downtown Acoustic Corner on Thursday 11th. We have Nick Gruber at the 701 on the roof. And then Lori Elaine is out at JC Chumley's. Friday, November 12th, we have Jim White at the Outstate Brewery Company. And then Mick Klein is at Bar 9. Eric Ritten at Tailgaters. And Lori Elaine is at the Silver Dollar Flying Pig in West Fargo.
You playing anywhere this weekend, Shane? I didn't see anything.
Next week.
Next week.
I play at a bar called the Troll Lounge.
The Troll Lounge.
Yeah, it's inside the Sons of Norway building downtown.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep. So that'll be my first time playing there. Last week I played the Silver Dollar.
See, that was a mistake. One time they had a show and all the old folks showed up and they went to an SOP show.
Oh Jesus!
And then they were covering. Oh my, it's so loud there. They thought I thought this was the Sons of Norway.
Oh.
I'm just joking.
But that was really cool how he shot the bottle rocket out of his butt.
We had the drummer on here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
right?
we got hat booked for here too.
Oh, nice.
At some point.
We're having a
I
good
can't
time.
Remember, when he's coming on. But
Anybody wants to be a guest on our show, just send us a comment or a link or anything.
we'll put you on the
And,
schedule.
just say, hey, I want to be on the podcast and we'll get you in here. So bring your skills and talents, like the hand.
The squirt gun.
Squirt gun. I mean, I'm going to be home. I'm practicing at home tonight. So
Right on.
You guys are going to have to go find that now. I'll make sure there's links.
at the Silver Spike in Dilworth, the crop dusters are going to be out there doing their thing. And the M&J Saloon, Ditching Delmer's out there on Saturday night. There's the Sons of Norway. Tuckered out Thursday night.
Tomorrow.
And then Front Street has the open mic night Wednesdays. And then Vinyl and Vino DJAP are out there on Thursday.
Yep. So now you got two different. Well, we'll see here. That open mic night is meant for comedy. I forgot to put that in the thing. So least I believe it was. Pretty sure.
In downtown, Stella is gonna, is gonna be at the VFW at Fargo. The Alibi Lounge has Retrolution out on Friday night, and if I didn't have the night, if I had the night off, I'd go out there and check it out.
Oh yeah.
Fargo Brewing Company is Baroness on Sunday, and then Side Street Bar and Grill is JB Layton on Saturday, and that's gonna be a good show out there. And then Dempsey's has open mic with Gina Powers on Thursday. Make sure you get out there. And then Potin is on Friday night. The Aquarium 1112 is on Friday night. 1112, I don't know how they say, but Narcotic Wasteland and Unmerciful on Monday.
On Monday, yeah.
A Monday show.
Some kind of tour, yeah.
That's pretty unique, you guys. No one gets to go to shows on a Monday night. I mean, seriously, what are you doing tonight, Bill? And I'm like, I'm going out to the show. So make sure you get out there for Narcotic Wasteland and Unmerciful.
It's kind of back in the old First Avenue days.
Yeah.
I remember playing there many, many Mondays and Tuesdays for nobody, but, got stage experience. Yeah.
Pretty much.
The Cellar Comedy Club has open mic night happening tonight, so make sure you get out there. And then, of course, the Delta Urban 42. Kathy Brecky and the 42nd Street Jazz Band are out there on Thursday night.
Kathy.
So make sure you get out there. So, and then the original O in Minot has October Road, Friday, Saturday. And then our favorite place, Wade, in the Bismarck Mandan area.
Yes, the Laughing Sun Brewing.
We have Kyle Colby on Thursday, and then Pandora Asylum on Friday, and Tumbleweed Radio Saturday. The Sandbar 2 in Detroit Lakes has us out there on Friday night doing our thing. And then we'll be up in Crooks Club up in Crookston on Saturday night. So if you're in those areas, make sure you come check us out. Uptown
is out of town.
Yep, that's Uptown from Fargo. And we'll be out there. Uptown's our band. No. Make sure you go out there.
Just keep beating it.
Uptown. All right.
Who?
And
Uptown?
I think that's it for me. So thank you, and I'll give it back to you, Wade.
There we go. So it was good talking with you today there, Shane.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah. You got anything that's coming up in the future here or anything that's good for the order?
Well, just my solo gig I got coming up next week at the Troll Lounge.
Okay.
And we need to book some prediction of the Witch gigs, but winter's coming up, so it's a real pain in the ass. Yeah, that's about it. That's about all I got going on right now. I got a lot of shit to talk about. I've done, but a lot of stuff that's coming up. It's
we'll definitely have you come back.
Yes, we're gonna have you come
yeah,
back.
cool.
We'll just get into all the gory stories. That'd be great.
Yeah, there we go. I could tell you how Flash he got his name.
Aha! There you go. There's a teaser for that one. How Flashy got his name next time.
Acid trip.
All right. So thank you for being on tonight, Shane. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So remember,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So remember, if your drummer has more charisma than your front man, your band may be in trouble. But that's why my band's doing just fine. So until next time.
It's just a little baby turtle. Look at him go.